and welcome to Vlogmas Day 5. I'm on my way to get my hair cut, but I don't know what I'm gonna do with my hair. So it actually is starting to feel like winter here. I'm really tempted to do something like wild and cut off like 6 inches. I was talking to Sebastian, I was like, I really want to cut off a bunch of my hair. And he's like, no, why don't you do something different? Get wavy hair or get colored hair. And I was like, I'm going to a haircut. Dyeing my hair is not an option, and getting wavy hair is not something that you can just cut into a hairstyle. Love it. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness, I cut so much off. Do you like it? Okay, yeah. I thought you were gonna get mad because you cut a lot off, but I love it. I'm gonna add his Instagram linked to the description box. This is Paul, he's my sauce. Hey guys, we are at the Christmas tree farm now. And biggest fail ever, we left the house earlier and we didn't have our SD card with us, so we had to go buy one, but it's quite a bit later now. I literally spent the whole afternoon editing yesterday's vlog because we didn't have any of it pre-edited before today and Sebastian was working, so we kind of got a little bit into a bad system. One vlog threw off almost every other vlog because we filmed one vlog and then edited it the next day, and then that took up the whole afternoon, and then it kind of got into the system where we were filming our vlogs in the evening and then editing them the next morning, so it almost like shifted our schedule. I prefer daytime vlogs over nighttime vlogs, and it's also a lot easier on my schedule to have things filmed in the day and then edited in the evening to go up the next morning. So we're gonna try really hard over the next couple days to adjust that and have the vlogs go up earlier in the morning / early afternoon and have them more like things filmed during the day. Probably jinxing it just by saying this, but yeah, we're at the Christmas tree farm now. This is devastating. Yeah, this is not at all what it was like before, so this is great. So I'm super disappointed because I thought this was gonna be the cutest thing ever. We've got our Starbucks, I'm wearing a hat, I've got my like winter sweater thing on. Also, you guys, are you so shocked that I cut my hair? I was just so sick of it. Like, I feel like I'm so bored with my hair. I get a lot of people asking me how I keep it so long and healthy and stuff like that, but honestly, when you've had long hair for as long as I have, it almost gets to the point where you resent it a little bit. On the one side, you're attached to it, but then on the other side, you want to do something fun and crazy with it, but then you know that you might regret it. So I definitely don't regret it, but it's definitely really short for me. So this night couldn't get any better. They actually don't even have the trees that we normally get this year because there's been a shortage. And because I'm like really picky about how the ornaments hang, a lot of the branches are not like sturdy enough to hold ornaments, and I have a lot of heavy ornaments, so I wouldn't be able to get a tree that looks like that. I'd have to get a tree that looks something like this. This bird? What bird? That's cute. You should take it and make DIYs out of it. Just kidding. I hope there's another cuter Christmas tree farm. I feel like we could do better than this.
Maybe you have to go to States.
Can you imagine bringing a Christmas tree through the border?
Oh yeah.
So it was actually really funny because we were there and we were trying to find the Christmas trees that we normally get, and then Sebastian goes up to these guys around the fire and he's like, excuse me, can you tell me where the grand firs are? And then they're like, what? And then he's like, grand firs? The tree? And they're like, what? Like repeatedly. And Sebastian's like, I started to get really insecure. I was like, what word am I saying wrong here? I told him it didn't work there. But I think it's so funny that he has this insecurity about his accent that he immediately assumes that, not that someone doesn't work there, but that he's saying something wrong.
I was like, I think the third or fourth time I said it, I was like, grand fir. I don't know how to actually pronounce it.
It was really funny.
Yeah, I thought it was my fault.
So you guys have been talking about his accent in the comments and wanting to know where Sebastian's from. Sebastian's from Germany. My family's actually from Germany as well. But when I first met Sebastian, I would have never guessed that his accent was German because it's much more like mild sounding than what I'm used to. How come you sit so funny? Oh, who's home? There's Daddy. Dad's home, go see him. Hey guys, so I feel like since the whole concept of this vlog didn't work out with getting the tree, which was what I wanted today's vlog to be about. But not only that, I actually really need my tree so I can finally start decorating it. I've decided I'm going to make this more about my hair care routine because I did want to include this stuff in one of the vlogs over Vlogmas, just because it's a more casual way to tell you guys what kind of stuff I do for my hair, and I get a lot of questions about it. So while I tell you guys, I'm actually going to attempt to flock this wreath, and this is a wreath that I don't really care that much about, but I bought this flocking powder and I want to see how it looks before I commit to doing my entire tree. This is the flocking powder, and it's called Flock in a Box. We're setting up a little area on the floor where we can do the flocking. So I kind of feel like I added a little bit too much flocking, but this is my first one and I'm glad because this is the prototype to make sure that I don't mess up the rest of them. So I'm supposed to give like a final coat of this water spray to like seal it all in. Although I gave it a good shake just now and nothing came off, so I think it's pretty good. Okay, seriously, I look like I have jaundice. Why does it look so yellow? I thought that I would be able to flock the wreath and tell you guys about my hair care routine at the same time. It took a little bit of coordination because you're supposed to flock and mist at the same time. I couldn't manage to do it, but fortunately the flocking powder is sticking to the wreath. But anyways, I'm gonna get into my hair care routine. I get a lot of questions about these things, and it's funny because my hair care routine is so basic and very simple. It's not that exciting, but what I use, and I've been using this for the last 4 years, I wanna say, is the 𝐂𝐻𝐿 fast food shampoo, and I use the macadamia. Here, I'll show you guys. So this is the shampoo that I use. This is by 𝐂𝐻𝐿, and this is the conditioner that I use. And this has been the exact same routine I've been using for literally like 4 years. I actually did a video on the best hair care products ever, and it was because I had just started using 𝐂𝐻𝐿 products and I was so fazed by how much I loved them. I just like needed to share it. And so yeah, I've been using them ever since, and they have not disappointed me, which makes me happy because I don't like to make videos about things and then put my foot in my mouth after. That shampoo is amazing. Before I started to use this shampoo, my hair was so dull looking, but this shampoo manages to make my hair look super shiny in comparison. I mean, it's not amazingly shiny, but when I use that shampoo versus other shampoos, it's really shiny. For the macadamia deep repair mask, I only use like a dime size amount every time I shampoo my hair, and I only do it in the ponytail region, and that's literally it. Apart from that, I don't use really a lot of heat on my hair. I will blow dry it occasionally, and very occasionally I will curl it, usually for like filming or something like that. But apart from that, I don't actually use a lot of heat on my hair. But mostly the way to grow your hair out is honestly, don't bleach it. I've seen so many people who even had long hair and had it bleached out, but eventually their hair started to break off and fall out. The number one tip I would have for you guys to grow your hair out is don't bleach it. I've known so many people, even people who had really long like bleached blonde hair, it usually is okay at first, but as you're constantly like processing your hair and highlighting it or bleaching it, it just weakens your hair and then eventually it'll break off. I've known so many people who ended up ruining their hair from doing that. And personally, I like a little bit of a balance because I feel like my hair is really boring. I really want to get some highlights or something like that put in it just to like add dimension. And that was like one of the reasons I wanted to cut it, because I know I want to do something soon, and I feel like to have it long and bleached out a little bit is going to be a nightmare. So yeah, I'm just kind of getting used to the length now. I don't know why I just did this, because like obviously you can't even see the length. It's in a messy bun. I recommend also trying to stretch out your washes as much as possible. If you can, try to wash your hair as little as possible. I know it sounds gross. There will be days where you're feeling a little bit nasty about the fact that you've gone 4 days without washing your hair, but honestly, it keeps your hair in the best condition. Your natural oils have a chance to condition your hair well. If you wash it too often, it weakens your hair and it causes breakage and stuff. So the other questions I get asked all the time are how long it took to grow my hair out, and my hair's been long for so long that I honestly can't even answer that question anymore, because it's just basically been long for a very long time now. But when I had started growing my hair out from this length, I want to say to get to around this length, it took me maybe like 2 years or a year and a half, but the ends were very fine. And then I just basically kept trimming it, and then eventually the layers and stuff caught up with the rest of my hair and it got thicker at the bottom. That's another thing. If you have thin or fine hair, lots of layers in your hair will make the ends look thin, and then you don't have that like visual effect of having longer hairs. And another thing is, this is something I didn't do for a very long time because I liked to keep my hair long, and I was always afraid that if I kept trimming it, it was going to get shorter and shorter and shorter. If you've reached the length you're happy with, I would recommend getting your hair trimmed every 2 months, and this is something that my stylist told me. Paul, he's amazing by the way. If you guys live in the Vancouver area, I highly recommend him. I've been going to him for years. Sebastian has been going to him for years. He's really amazing. I'm gonna leave his Instagram link in the description bar below for you guys in case you want to check him out. He told me this, the hair at the ends becomes split and it will split up, and then your hair will eventually start breaking off so it doesn't look good. That's something that's like really important to maintain the health of your hair. You can just get like a dusting. I would usually just get off less than ½ an inch, maybe 1/4 of an inch. Sometimes I was so anal about it, I would like only let him trim off like the tiniest amount. And it's really important to find a stylist that you trust and someone who will not cut your hair more than you're comfortable with, and that was one of the hardest things for me to find. I used to go to a stylist and be like, I only want the smallest amount off, and they would end up like lopping off huge chunks of my hair. There's another tip. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video for Vlogmas. I apologize that it has not been that festive this year, and I'm gonna try really hard to turn that around. It's honestly been because I am on this weird cycle, like I said, with the vlogs going up so late in the evening, that my daytime is basically gone through editing. So I'm gonna try really hard to get this like cycle flipped around for you guys, and then hopefully the next few vlogs will be really interesting. But yeah, so I hope you guys are enjoying this, and we will see you all in Vlogmas Day 6. Bye guys!
Merry Christmas.